Welcome to this video. Okay, we have a strong opponent, 2150. Let's see, 15 minutes, a rapid game, and he chooses to play the Scandinavian defense, d5. I will take here on d5, and he can play queen d5 on knight f6 here. Those are the normal moves. Choose to play knight f6. Okay. c4 protects the pawn, but it's not that good, I think, because this square gets very weak. So I think I just develop my pieces, and I want to play knight c3 maybe next. Put pressure on the d5 square, maybe the queen. I don't know, something like this. There's a lot of going on here on c3 on d5. I'm also not sure about the idea maybe to play this and this. Is there something wrong with queen f3, I wonder? I don't know the position that much. I mean, I take the knight. Maybe he has knight b4, and is this a problem? I mean, he can't move the knight because on f7 is bad news. So he will likely play e6 or c6. If he plays e6, I'm happy, because he can't move his bishop out anymore, and c6 he can't move the knight. Yeah, why not? And then maybe I play a3 later on, just to avoid any nonsense with knight b4 later. Maybe I overlook something, but first glance seems to be okay. Yeah, e6, so nice. I can play a3. What I can also do is maybe playing c3 and d4. a3 seems to be so slow, but I think I do this. I want to build up a center. And maybe my queen to g3, just to make room for the knight, and put pressure a little bit on the king side here of black. This square is weak at the moment, but the queen is also protecting it, so everything is okay, I guess. So I just retreat to b3 because it was under attack, and next I want to play d4. Can I play d4 anyways? My idea is he takes, and then knight c3, following up bishop e3, attacking the queen, and winning some time. I try this. I mean, it's a pawn sacrifice, but I'm much better developed. And he has bishop b4 later on, but I have knight c3, and then knight e2 maybe also. Maybe it's not enough, and I simply pawn down, but I have some piece play. The knight is also, not doing that much here on b6. I think he needs to retreat to d5 later on. So he lost quite a lot of time by moving the knight. to a square which is not really that good. Yeah, this was expected, but you can see I have 3 pieces out, he has 2 out, and I can win time by attacking the queen later on, so he loses more time. I think knight e2. Well, I would like to put my knight on f3 later on. Let's play bishop e3. Is queen f6 this idea? Huh. And maybe knight g3, queen f3. I claim that I have a little bit of compensation because this bishop is having a hard time to find a good square. Can't, you know, find Keto because the knight has to move, and if he goes to d7, well, what's the bishop doing on d7? So black needs to play e5, but that's not possible because of the f7 pawn hanging. Yeah, this was maybe the best way for black to play, but I have ideas also, like knight e4, knight e6. I mean, I want to keep the queens on board because I'm a pawn down, so I want to have some initiative, and maybe bishop g5 is later on an idea. Is knight d4 really annoying for me? Yeah, yes it is, but I will exchange and then play knight f3, I guess. If he makes a slow move, I will play knight f3. I just develop normally. Castle, then put a rook on d1, put a rook on c1 maybe. And maybe I can use the position of the queen here for me later on. Yeah, that's the point. It's not that easy for him. I think he needs to make a slow move like bishop e7. Okay, I wanted to play knight f3, but maybe I just protect the knight this way. What I don't want him to do is castle, rook d8, bishop d6. This is nothing I like. So maybe I play a3 next. If he castles. If he takes here, I'm very happy. If he retreats to e7, I have just the extra move a3. Or is this weakening a3? I think I castle next. I don't see anything wrong with castling for him. Actually, I wonder what else. I mean, wow, he's having a long think tank. Phew. Ooh. What about bishop g5 here? Well, I don't want him to give to give him here the bishop on e3. Bishop g5, he will queen g6. Then I castle, he can play h6. Need to retreat. Takes on g3, can exchange queens, can exchange here. I'm simply a pawn down later on. If I take with the bishop on d5, okay, I get rid of this threat, but I open up diagonal for his bishop, so his problem piece gets out. I don't want this to happen. And what if I just retreat to d2? It looks very, very slow. But maybe it's in fact the best move. But I think it's really slow. I want to play active, so let's play bishop g5. Yeah. What about taking here and knight f4? He can't move. Oh yeah, he can move to e4. I overlooked knight. I overlooked queen e4. Ah. Okay, I'm simply worse now. If I were him, I think I would just play h6. Although, hang on, I can play queen e3 maybe. But then queen e6. What about h6, knight d5? That's an option. If he takes, I have knight c7 and forking king and rook. I need to be very quick now. I would love to use the open e-file. I mean, the king is still in the center, so I think it's not that bad, the position. Knight f4, the idea, attacking here, threatening rook e1. I threaten here. True. Now the bishop can enter the game, but still I have a massive lead in development. Both rooks are bad. The king is still in the center, and I'm very quick now on the e-file. Maybe she should exchange here. Exchange, and then just castle, give back the pawn, and say, okay, it's just equal. Maybe. If he plays d4, I think I play knight f4. Yeah, so I want to use the e-file now. Knight f4, right? The problem with rook e1 is that I can't move my knight, and he can just take here. But on the other hand, I mean, I can even give him the exchange maybe, because I'm really attacking him here quite massively. So let's do this. I'm open for an exchange sacrifice, and I have the idea to play this. I can also play here. Maybe I should have done this, by the way. Is there something else? So I'm thinking about knight e5. Takes. I take back. I don't threaten that much. That's the problem. Do I have another option here by somehow using this square? If I move my rook to e2, he takes. I play the other rook to e1, threaten mate. He plays bishop d7. I'm just too slow. Okay, let's attack. I'm also afraid of him playing h6 and stuff like this. Maybe I have this threatening here and threatening a checkmate. I'm a pawn down and an exchange down. So you can see it here. +3 for black. But I have the initiative. Normally I have a hard time believing that this is enough. What I have, what's this? Let's go here. Now I didn't expect this move. I mean, and I can take it with check later on. And maybe even I take with this, and then I have the queen here. Huh, hang on. What's going on? Yeah, I need to do this. So now, question is, I mean, my bishop is not protected. If I move here, he needs to go here or here. Knight here is check. I need to take care about my back rank, so I can't move my rook. Check. Let's say he goes here, just to connect rooks. What's my move? I can go here. If he goes here, and I have rook e6 with check, but maybe he can just run with a king to g5. So can I prepare that somehow? I mean, the knight is protected, so can I play h4? Okay, let's take. Queen b3. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to create some attacking potential stuff, you know. No, oops, the queen is eyeing the king. I just feel that, I don't know, maybe even rook e8 is good enough, because I have this back rank issue. I mean, even if I, win the queen with knight d4, check, he can just mate me. Ah, that was stupid. Okay, king g6. Huh. h4? I play h4. Because then I give a little bit luft for my king. And maybe now, I mean, knight f4 looks very, very good. Not anymore. He can just run to h7, really? Ah, come on. Okay, h5, he also goes king h7. Maybe I take here on b7 later on. Should I just retreat? What about queen b7 here? Threatening mate. Let's do it. What a sharp game. Fire on the board. So here we go. Maybe it's possible for him just to take here. Takes and then king h5, and he's laughing at me with his king in the center of the board, and he has just much more pieces. Okay. What else can I do? Is there some idea with bishop h6 later on? This pawn is annoying here on d4 because I can't even turn my rook here on to the g file somehow. I don't see a good continuation. Maybe somehow it's so slow if I play bishop d2. If we play king h7 next, what can I do? Maybe I can attack his queen somehow, but how? And he'll play rook e8 later on, and then what's my plan? Knight f4. He will just go to h7. And then I have problems with my bishop here. I can't play knight f7, king he takes the queen is protecting the rook on c8 also. So maybe how can I would love to get the queen away from f5 also. Okay, let's play bishop d2, also protecting the e rook, the rook on e1 I mean. If he plays rook e8 or something. I still have the check here also. Phew. I don't have the check anymore, so is knight to f4 an option? But where does my knight want to go? Wow. I also have the idea to play f3 and g4, which looks dubious, but I want to use a light square somehow. Maybe he can even play just queen c2. What can I do with my bishop? Nothing. Need to go to c1. Yeah, if I were him, I think I would just play rook e8, right? Isn't it good? No, it's not. Take, take, take. The knight is just hanging. So why doesn't he improve the knight? Knight e5. Knight g4. I mean, the knight is not doing that much here on c6. Oh, that's annoying. Wow, he goes away. I mean, now I have maybe... What's the queen doing here, actually? Here, knight e5. He can play knight e5 maybe. But then I have queen f5. Interesting. Maybe I could have played rook c1 as well. So taking the queen, taking the knight. Not easy, not easy. But at least I'm just, you know, I won the pawn back, and I'm even a pawn ahead now. And Black's king is not safe. He's very loose on the light squares here. But the attacking material is very much diminished, so maybe he can just play queen c2, protecting here the square and attacking also the d2 bishop. Maybe this is best. I have some idea to mate him. Okay, let's go here. I wanted to make this, and then he takes, and then there's a mate on h5. If I play knight e6, he can play just queen f6, right? What a pity. So maybe I just retreat and I have knight g6. Forking. Not that easy. Looks good. And I don't have a good move with my knight afterwards, he says. Okay, let's give this a check. He needs to go here. So I have at least a perpetual. Just show him that I can do this if I want to. It's a double check. So I win some time. What is he doing? I mean, he needs to move his king. Let's go here. So I have a perpetual, but do I want the perpetual? No. I can win the exchange now. Knight e7. Let's do this. I mean, it's a pity that I had such a nice attacking position, and now I need to take care about this pawn, which might be very strong. Okay, so new phase of the game. It's the first time I'm ahead in material, and I'm a pawn up, but this guy is very annoying here on d4. Maybe I need to consolidate somehow the pawn here. I put maybe the pawn to h5. Should I exchange more pieces? I think so. It's not easy for him to find now a good square for the knight. Let's do this first. Just playing slow. I mean, I can play queen e6, but I wanted to improve, you know, a little bit my position, because now I can also enter with my king more easily. I just think that the knight has a hard time to get back in the game. The bishop is stealing those squares, and here he can't go because of queen and rook. Queen e6 now. If he takes here, this is all protected. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. I don't want to give him too much of counter chances. So I want to play a game where it's just a win or a draw, and not that I can lose. And I think with queens on board I might also lose. So I try to reduce my risk. Yeah, so still he has a problem to find a good square for the knight. And I thought now it's time maybe to go here. Need to take care about any forks with the knight. Knights are very tricky. I think I just retreat to e4. And then king d3. Maybe you should try something like this. No, my plan is a3 just to avoid this. And then maybe bishop f4, bishop e5. I want to win this pawn. Maybe I should play h5 now. If you place knight to b4, I just exchange. And I win the pawn on d4 as well. This would be a very easy endgame. Yeah, my position is now much easier to play, and I think it's won. What a turnaround. Happy about that. So g4 maybe next. Can I go to c4? My king gets very active now. Then b4, b5, winning this pawn. Maybe he needs to play a5. Rook c8. Should I play king d5 or king d3? Or even king b5? King b5. My pawns. I mean, I can either try to get more control of the d4 pawn or try to attack him here. No risk, no fun. Let's do it. I want to go into the direction of the a7 pawn, and then I want to run with my pawns. Is knight d4 his idea? Hope I don't help him to make a self-mate here for me. Somehow I put my king into the danger zone. But I tried to win this pawn. Can play b5 next and then winning this pawn maybe. Ouch! Is this a mate? Come on. Rook b8. Then I need to play a5. Maybe this is still good for me. Phew. Or is this a mate also? I need to take care. Good thing is that my rook is protected by the pawn, so there's nothing he can do with his king here to gain a tempo. And if the knight, even if he wins the exchange, I think my pawn is very strong. Rook c7, b5, knight a8 check. I have king a5 still. Maybe rook c7. I also have bishop f4. No, I don't. I need to protect the b4 pawn. Well, now he's losing a lot of time. Well, he even resigns. I would have played maybe a little bit more, I don't know. Let's take a quick look at the game. What the computer thinks. Let's turn on the engine. Yeah, he says even as said, when I moved, it was like a blunder, and the computer says, well, nothing's going on, it's a draw. He wants to play rook b8, and yeah, the problem is if I make a move like this, checkmate. That's what I saw when I moved my king to a6, but a little bit too late. And yeah, this was a move I needed to play, as said in the game, and then he can take here, take, and I thought, okay, maybe I have some way here, but yeah, it's just enough counterplay, and this will fade out in a draw likely. Very funny. Yeah, this often happens that people when they suffer defense, and sometimes they had a winning position or a good position, and it switches that they have a very difficult position, then they get frustrated a little bit and don't see that they can rescue themselves. Yeah, thanks for watching.